Welcome to madCAM for jewelry. In this video I want to discuss recalculation of toolpaths. One thing that you'll find yourself doing very often in madCAM or any other milling software is calculating one aspect or one toolpath, discovering that you did something not quite right or something came out unexpectedly, and then having to repeat the same operation. This often takes quite a bit of time, especially if you're doing something more complex than a straightforward index path. So for example, an angled path or rotary path or something of the sort. Well, madCAM offers you a way to recalculate something that you have already done with different parameters. For example, let's say you were doing a 4-axis rotary operation between these two curves. So you had your ring positioned in a proper way with your axis. You had your 4-axis setting set on rotary mode, you specified your axis of revolution correctly, and finally you went to your curve milling and did your calculation between two curves. But you weren't sure if you did all the steps correctly, so you intentionally chose a large step size, which made this calculation go by real quick, just like you saw it. And looking in your cut simulator, you saw that yes, indeed, it cut pretty much as you expected it. Now, you want to do exactly what you did now, with the only difference being is that you want this resolution to be your proper final resolution. Instead of having to reselect these two boundary curves again and having to recalculate a new toolpath, you can use this recalculate button that's found in every tab from 3x to 4, 5, and 5 extra. And all you have to do is just click that button and click somewhere on the toolpath. It doesn't have to be this right angle starting point, it could be anywhere. And as long as your original parameters still exist, meaning your original model and your original curves that you've used to create this path, or surfaces or whatever, depending on the toolpath strategy, you will see your options dialog box come up along with these choices that you've made on the first try. So now let's go back, change the step over size, and you can see that we have recalculated this toolpath with just a different step. This works exactly the same regardless of what strategy you choose. So for example, if you're still in this revolution mode and you chose your planar finishing with a parameter of say 2, and you had your rough calculation which you previewed and were satisfied with, you could do exactly the same thing. You can go back to recalculate, select somewhere on the toolpath, and change some of these options. It doesn't have to be just a step over size, by the way. It could be other things like angles. It could be toolpath joins, and so on and so forth. All of that will change and will be recalculated and placed in place of the original toolpath. This is very, very useful functionality and can save you a heck of a lot of time, especially when your setup for the original toolpath was quite complex. It allows you to preview something that you're maybe not 100% sure about, make sure that it's going exactly the way that you want to, and then put in your actual real parameters, such as resolution or what have you, and see the final outcome in a one-click fashion. Thanks for watching.